But I think we are ready for some news. Here we are, ladies and gentlemen. It's that time you've been waiting for. Doom, doom, doom. The good news, the bad news, and the other shit. Na 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 na. Wow, good news, bad news, other shit. You know, the funny thing about this segment is that for approximately 6 weeks, I've actually been unable to give the segment as planned because of changes and updates and things happening within the Trump presidency. This week, updates once again, everything goes out the window because we started out too getting ready for Hurricane Harvey, which came in at a level 4. Mm-hmm. Now it's now been decreased to a tropical storm, but the news of the weekend has been, and continues to be, what's happening in Texas. Tropical storm Harvey flooding everything in a city that's tremendously ill-prepared.
Right.
I mean, they have, from what I'm seeing, they had a bunch of things prepared, but it's hard to change that existing infrastructure. It's a low-lying city,
right,
close to the water, and bad drainage. City that grew very fast.
Right.
Outgrew its ability to really institute a lot of city planning. One of the things they said about Houston was because it grew so fast,
right,
and some of that infrastructure was not as good. It needs a whole, probably another drainage system. They might need levees and stuff like they have in New Orleans.
So let me just ask you this. So city planners know well in advance the level of what they can deal with. So is there such thing as, and I'm not hating on anyone, collateral acceptance? Is there...
You just got to start some shit.
I'm just saying, bro.
Just got to start some shit. Well, always there is.
All right.
Always there is. There's a military base near there.
Yeah.
And always there's the question, and it has been with every disaster we have had, there's the question of what is the appropriate government response? What's the appropriate government response? Because this was the issue of Katrina.
Right.
You know, Obama had to deal with this with the big Gulf oil spill debacle, which still they're not paying for.
No.
They never have. The Exxon Valdez in Alaska, they didn't pay.
Right.
So none of these things, when you go look on Google, none of these have they ever really paid their bills. None of them.
So,
none of them.
So are you...
So like Vic said, starting some shit, he says, could this have been a better preparedness?
How far is New Orleans away from Houston? Relative.
I don't know.
Based on weather. Not far, right?
No, not far.
They're on the Gulf, right?
Right.
So the Katrina, past history. You're going to tell me the city planners go like, you see what happened in New Orleans? Now, let me just do this, Mario. We're in L.A. We're not going to get this, right? I'm just saying this.
Yeah, no.
What if L.A., in a matter of 48 hours, get over 40 inches of water?
Oh,
what
they'd
happens?
have everybody and their mama out here. Remember, even the earthquake. They fixed L.A. faster than everybody else. I had buddies that were in Florida said we still waiting on supplies.
Right.
For our little disaster we had, they had a tornado, whatever.
Not fair, is it?
But L.A., places like L.A., because what they represent in terms of media, numbers of folks, political effect, we get treated differently.
Uh-huh.
We get treated differently.
So,
maybe that's part of it, Vic. Because right now you have an ongoing situation. I said it with Katrina. When these things happen, take the time to evaluate your systems. This is the time where you really get to see how your emergency preparedness systems, how they take care of you. So take stock, because it could be you next time. I know in terms of the American people, it's always amazing, Vic.
Yeah.
Despite all our political differences, when these kind of things happen, we kind of come out for each other. I don't have the best relationship with Texas, but I sure do want to contribute to the relief.
Mm-hmm. I know what you...
That's not my favorite state.
Hey, look, you know what they say at the end of the day, There's arms reaching wide. So should this be something? It's a teaching lesson. I know I got my back to you guys. Should this be a teaching lesson that get to know your neighbors? Get to be friendly. Get to know your neighbors. You know, the worst thing that happens. Mar used to watch a show, and that show was, oh man, this is what happens when people are in dire straits and they come to you, and you go, they will overwhelm you. We're talking about those who are less fortunate. We're not talking about the ones who's going to wreak havoc, right?
That's the scary.
That's the scary thing that's going to happen.
If you live around a bunch of thugs,
yep,
and gangsters,
you got problems.
And you have a disaster like this, you might need to get your gun out,
right,
and get it loaded,
right. What happened in New Orleans?
You might just have to, because people act crazy, and the worst comes out in some people, while at the same time the best comes out in others.
Yep.
So, you know, not enough people want to go and throw the dark light on everything.
Amen.
Well, so hopefully what we're seeing
truth.
is the best of those things. But
Right.
definitely it's these times when you watch it going down.
Yeah.
You think about it.
Yes, you do.
Am I prepared to do what I have to do? It was the earthquake that happened here in Los Angeles that had me do all my preparedness.
Yeah.
In terms of having a generator, ammunition, multiple firearms.
So notice.
No, because that's when the earthquake. I left. I watched everybody. I didn't believe in guns.
Yep.
Having guns till that big earthquake, the last big one in L.A.
Yep.
I saw people acting up.
Yep.
I went out and bought the guns, took the class, all of that, and stocked the hell up. Okay, talk about strapped. I ain't lying. Okay?
Yep.
It's powerful over here. Please don't come over here and start no shit.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
Please don't. Okay. Because we are strapped. And that's because of the people acting crazy. I didn't want to do it. I took the class.
I'm
just saying, when you have these natural disasters, that's when you realize you need a shotgun.
Strategic people who go, you do take advantage of tragedies. And look, doesn't Wall Street, the market, takes advantage of collapsing corporations and businesses? This is, oh, we can't wait. This is when we come in and chew them up, right? So it doesn't this exist in real collateral acceptance. That's all I'm saying, bro. That's all I'm saying.
And because of that, we're going to take a moment to really say something cool about the folks that are doing their best. As I said before, these kind of situations bring out the worst in people, but it also brings out the best. The best in a bunch of us. So we got to say how much we appreciate the valued efforts of those people who are now stepping up for the community.
Right.
And make our emphasis on that.
Right.
Okay, item number 2. Since, we had this over the weekend, but it's amazing enough.
Go and do this, Mario.
Asshole. Amazing enough that the president found time in the middle of Hurricane Harvey. At the time, I guess it was still Hurricane. That's the time the president chose to pardon controversial Sheriff Joe Arpaio. Blatant racist, bigot, old-time throwback to everything we ever hated. Asshole, the kind you would wish you could get alone for a few minutes. You wish you could just have his old... I don't even want to go there. He makes me so angry.
Are you getting physical?
I'm just saying, people like him make you think of a sex act.
You know what?
Squeal like a pig.
You know what? Why do you have that picture, man? Why do you got that picture? Why you got the picture?
This is a picture he produced.
I know he did.
This is a picture of this asshole. This is what he produced.
Hey, look.
Totally offensive to people, to Mexicans. Hey. You know what? And whenever they do this, I take a moment to tell my friends of Mexican descent how much I love you and love your culture.
Yeah.
Growing up here in L.A., being exposed to Mexican culture has been a constant through all my friends, through grade school, all the way till now. Like I said, I really take this time every time to express to my Mexican friends and family. We got Mexicans in the family now.
Yes, you do.
Yeah. I'm going to express to you all my love for you and how much I appreciate your people and your culture. Even while, like I used to tell everybody, shit, this is California, you speak Spanish.
Hey.
I get mad. I recognize all colonized people. Hey, so he pardoned him. Didn't even finish the judicial process, Vic. Usually they wait till you are finally sentenced.
Right.
But they didn't even want to wait for that.
Why should he? Why should he?
Well,
Wait, power. You got power, man. Now, wait a minute. What makes his tradition? It's a tradition to let people off.
yes.
So are
There
we?
has been some controversial Clinton.
I
and
tell
Libby.
I tell you what you should do. Let me tell you what you should do. You should take one of the shows and only go back for like 4 presidents, and then rank who. You can go all the way back even further if you want to go back under the first Bush, even before then, and say controversial, get out of jail free, and rank them and see if he's and see if he comes up in the top 5. Because there are people who are responsible for a lot of people, not just the state. We got people who are controversial in other ways. In other words, Wall Street, others, maybe drug dealers, maybe, yeah, hey, I'm just saying, you should rank them, man.
It'll be bad. Debauchery. Anyway, so what message does it send? Well, like we said, we talked about this. You know what's amazing? And that shows you the progress we've made in the year 2017, because when I was a kid, all the subtle messages that came out of this, only white folks would always deny it. Oh, this is not racism.
Right.
This is not bigotry. It's different in 2017.
Yes, it is.
The white folks now are not playing that shit. A bunch of them go, wait, I see those subtle messages.
Yeah.
I see what you're saying. That's not, when I was a kid, all the white folks, go ask your parents and your grandparents.
Right.
They ignored that shit. They ignored it. America was racist as hell all the time. When I was young, everybody was Donald Trump.
Yeah.
Okay, now that it's better, we can appreciate it because the folks out there, they say, they acknowledge the messages. They know he's a bigot and a racist. It's amazing, by the way, how the so-called liberal media, and I've always pointed out that the media is not liberal when you black. Okay, I'll say that again. The so-called liberal media, the media is not liberal when you black or brown, because they don't report your side. So now that they're anti-Trump and we're aligned in that way, please don't get it twisted. They are still not on your side. Okay, they still not on the side and don't give a shit about you. And the minute they're done with Trump, they'll go back to ignoring you. But the masses of folks out there, because America has changed, they acknowledge the bigotry and the racism that this man represents.
Yes, sir. They do.
So, enough said. I hope you step to stay your ass in Arizona. Sorry, son of a bitch.
Hey, Mario.
I'm sorry.
Hey,
those
are you having a moment?
There are those people that bring out anger that you literally would like to kick their ass. And he's just one. He's just one. I would just love to kick his old ass down the street. I don't care how old he is. Sometimes you kick an old person down a flight of stairs.
I might help you guys. I might help Mario out. He has 12 and 15-year-olds watching this show.
Yeah.
And they said, Mommy.
Try not to be violent when assholes like this want to make you be violent.
Right.
This is when you have to go chant.
Mommy.
You have to go pray.
Am I supposed to go physically punish somebody who's wrong for the culture and the community?
Hey, sometimes that's why ass whippers exist. That's why they exist, because people need them. Every now and then they just need an ass whipping.
See,
Just get their ass kicked really good, and then they'll understand everything.
you got to go there, right?
I'm sorry. That's how bad they made me. And I tell my colleagues at work, if I'm this mad, imagine what the brothers on the street are like.
Right.
They go, if I'm acting this out,
right.
If I'm acting this crazy,
right.
No one is like down Crenshaw.
Hey, man.
Know what's going on in my community, okay?
Right.
I'm the cool one.
But here's the bad part about it is, typically when people get enraged, they end up turning on their own community to exact their frustrations.
They want to get that brother who's behind Trump, holding the blacks for Trump's side.
Man,
they want his ass.
Okay, you know what?
They want his ass. They want his ass. And wherever he goes, I'm sure they're looking for him.
Okay. You know he's probably one of those brothers that be in the park and trying to enlighten people with certain speeches. That's all I'm going to say.
Get his ass run out. Okay, so the next thing, the last thing, and the big thing, one of the big things of the that really kind of gets lost in everything is that Special Counsel Mueller,
Yeah.
okay, he had his first efforts of this kind unveiled when he issued subpoenas for a number of the Manafort associates.
Right.
So now the president knows how close he is. Remember, I told you the president's guilty. Assume he's guilty. Don't be like the rest of the media trying to assume. He gets the most privilege more than any other black person with all this assuming that he's innocent. Let's assume he's guilty.
Right.
Okay? Because he knows what he's done. Mm-hmm. So he can smell the foxes and, he can smell all the troops getting close.
Right.
Everything's closing in.
Yes, sir.
All right? They sniffing him out. So he knows what he's done, and he knows he's guilty. And so now that they're going after Manafort, the internet is just abounding with predictions about the president. I don't know. I'm asking you, Dick, because some folks are saying he's going to resign. I have predicted that he wouldn't resign, that he would fight to the end, which was going to make it part of the reason for his trial for treason, because there's going to be so much ill will by the time they finally get him out of office that they're going to go on and try him after that.
Yeah.
But I don't know. What do you think of it? People are saying he's going to resign before Mueller does his stuff.
Okay. I can't speak my actual truth because I believe there are things that extend beyond what we see in the framework of the media. For a man who's all his life wanted attention, if he resigns, he's basically saying the type of attention I want is to now sit back after I get out of office and keep bloviating about all the things that they were wrong
at. We invent words here, but okay. I make sure I don't bloviate. Wait. I have to change underwear.
Wait, that's a good one, dude. That's a good one. No, I really believe this. Do you believe if he resigns that he will shut up?
Oh no.
So if you're going to bitch,
that's what I said.
Just stay there.
He's gonna get tried for treason. Stay there. He's gonna keep talking.
You gonna keep talking.
They're gonna have to try his ass for treason just to shut him up.
Yeah, stay there.
Even if he was, like Big said, even if he was resigned, he'd keep talking.
He'll keep talking.
And the only way you would shut him up is to try him for treason.
He's going to go like this, no matter how wrong you make. Okay, let me say this. Name the last president who was impeached and admitted that he should have been impeached and admitted that he was really wrong for the country. You know a president who's done that before?
No.
Okay, so what's the difference here? I'm literally going... I haven't seen anybody sit back and go, I might as well just admit all of you guys are right. I'm messed up for America. And they didn't go on tours, didn't have libraries, didn't have books, didn't have anything. I said, you're expecting him to humble himself down?
He's not going to do it, you guys.
Man, no.
He's going to fight all the way out. Remember, I'm the one who predicted, and I said it again, that the president would be impeached. And that 2 years after being removed from office, he would be tried for treason. Mm-hmm. Now, people say, that's bold. That's bold. I said, well, he's committed some crimes.
Yeah.
Some crimes. I think when it comes out that he's going to actually be guilty of committing about 20 or so criminal offenses.
Right.
And they're not going to have any choice. So anyway, I predicted everything jumping off within 120 days. The show was on 5/22.
Right.
That means I have until September 22nd.
Okay.
Well, it's what? And he just issued subpoenas, right?
Yes, he did.
We're still in August. Mm-hmm. I had approximately 1 month left.
Okay.
To see whether or not, I said it would jump off.
Right.
I think we're kind of on schedule. We're kind of on schedule.
Well, if you're a month off, how bad would that be?
How bad would that be? Yeah. Everybody, that's been the good news. The bad news and mostly the other shit. The other shit.